Well, hello, my Instacart shoppers and customers. Here we go. Another episode of Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. My name is Sarah, and I'm so glad you're here. And I do just a little bit different than most people. One, because I'm not tech savvy, so I can't take you shopping with me. If I upload it, it goes to my keto YouTube channel. It's just cray cray. And I'm kind of cray cray too. So I just talk about the emotions and the frustrations and the victories that we have as Instacart shoppers. I'm still at 4.93 with my 3 4-star ratings. And if some of you remember, I didn't get that lady those organic um, apples that she wanted, and she flashed me the nastiest look that she possibly could, because I guess she's a diva and entitled to do that. And I'm just glad I'm not Mr. Customer that has to live with her and deal with her expectations of perfection because she is who she is. Sounds like a trust fund puppy to me. You will do as I say. I don't do entitlement well at all. So I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope that your Instacart trips have been bountiful. I've been working a lot as a Doug drive up and go shopper and cashier, along with the Instacarting. I did apply to Corner Shop, and we'll see if they do enter down into the market here. I'm still a no tip, no trip kind of gal, and that just continues to work for me because I'm not doing it. I'm just not. It's rough enough. And when you see those orders for places like BJ's that have the long driving distance involved, oh, bye, honey. Oh, romance on the Instacart channel. Love you. Um, kind of funny. He's off fishing, and that's what I call Instacarting. Fishing. It's a fishing mission for me. And so what happens is when there's a BJ's order, because there's one in Hyannis, and you've got the whole Cape, and Hyannis is right here. So sometimes they want you to go to Falmouth, other times they want you to go to Orleans, and people often don't pay like for the appreciation of the mileage and the wear and tear on you and driving in the summer traffic. And for $7 or $8 or $9, I'm at the point now where I don't even accept trips with higher mileage. Now, on paper, it looks like nothing. It's like 7 miles, 9 miles. What are you, crazy, Sarah? And it's like, no, it takes 45 minutes to drive those things, even on the highway. The highway goes from 2 lanes either way into 2 lanes, 1 lane each at in the next town. And so it becomes a crawling event. And you can tell because the backup begins, and sometimes it takes miles for the 2 lanes to go into the one. It's crazy. And then, of course, you pick up more cars with the entrances. So there are some all but impossible parts to Instacarting and other gig work that, you when you look at it on paper, and say you were down here visiting with your Grammy or your parents, and you said, hey, I'll do some Instacarting. And you take a trip and it looks like it's 14 miles, but it's an hour and a half that way, right? And if the clouds are there, oh, you can forget about that one, sister, brother. So, anyway, we do what we do. And I am just amazed at the amount of food that goes out. Now, this is kind of funny. When I did a video a while back, and I was talking about the guy in the deli that was having a rough day, and he gave me chicken breast instead of turkey, and it wasn't done yet. And and he just, I didn't think that Mondays were his best days. Well, didn't he end up? And this has often been the way it is with friendships too. You start off on the bad foot, and then you find out that you have more in common than you don't. So he and I were both outside, and he told me he got a promotion, and it's to another. Excuse me, I'm just all choked up. It's to another market, another Shaw's, and it happens to be in my town, and it happens to be like a quarter of a mile away. In fact, one of my tenants works there, but she's been in my store because they need that skill that she has in my store. So she's been doing OT hours in my store. So it's funny, I've seen her more in the last couple of weeks than I've seen her in all the years she's been my tenant. Anyway, he's going to be, today's his last day as I record this, and then he's going to be there. And I said, well, who have they hired to replace you? Because he's like manager. And he said, no one. And it's like, oh, shoot. He was doing me special little favors. It was so sweet. He would cut the meat. He would bring it to the part of the Doug shopping where they have the cooler, the freezer, and then the ambient shelves. Ambient meaning, doesn't need refrigeration. Oh, the terms you use, I'm telling you. And so he was bringing them right to me, and it was just really a sweet offer and generous, and I appreciated it. And now he's leaving, and it's like, oh darn, just when you cross over from like you're making me crazy to you really are a sweetie. Anyway, know who works in the grocery store and make them your go-to people, because they can end up being the difference between a good shop and a bad shop. And we know what it's like to get non-responding customers on our Instacart app, and we so want their input. And as other Instacart shoppers have mentioned, that now the Instacart app seems to be more personalized, and so you will see things that if they don't have the Beyond Burgers, they don't want another type of, like the Impossible beef or Impossible meat or Impossible whatever it is, that people have preferences, and that preference might be none at all versus the substitute. So that's quite helpful, and I don't know why Instacart's trying to help us out. That hasn't been their forte since we've started shopping for them. Maybe because it helps the customers, right? And maybe they finally realized, oh, we're refunding so much that maybe if we just did a little tweak in our app, high-tech company that you are, it would satisfy and serve the customer even better. Now, I did a thing on the deli dilemma. Thank you so much for all of your feedback. And I guess at Publix, they do the deli order before you come in as an Instacart shopper, and it's in a certain little area for Instacart shoppers. Oh, I have Publix envy. Isn't that a wonderful thing that they do that? Oh, I it just boy, after waiting, and that lady that just did me in at BJ's when she was clearly making either antipastos for like a wedding of 300, or she was making Italian subs for her family. Yeah, and I want a quarter pound of that salami. What's the difference between Genoa and Margarita and the Wellesley, Berkeley and Jensen, variety? What? And it's just like, and I said I have to put money in the potty mouth jar because I just went, Jesus Christ, and walked off. So, but I know that some people, they'll do the order for the customer, but I've seen signs there that there's no deli until noon because they can't get people. So literally, there is no deli. You can't get your dumb American plastic cheese for half a pound there because there's no deli workers. So I don't know, but we're getting through it. And thank you for all of your feedback and how it is in your market with the deli. It clearly, I won't miss full-size watermelons. I won't miss cases of individual waters, and I won't miss the deli orders when it gets to the cooler months. I just won't. And so we do what we do. We smile. We're motivated. We remember this is shopping for somebody else. This isn't, going for a master's program or a PhD program and being told that, you got to change your major because you're just not going to make it. The thesis you wrote was whatever, right? It's shopping. And if your ratings is in ratings hell like mine is, it is what it is. You're just going to get those snarky diva people that expect perfection and don't appreciate it, but they expect it. When they say assume, they say that, you're taking ASS and putting it between you and me for assume, right? We do the best we can with what we've got. And if, the customers don't appreciate us, or they aren't grateful, or they don't understand all the dynamics of traffic and weather and deli and line and inventory and supply chain, well, that's on them. And you just hope that they get their comeuppance. I mean, yeah, I've seen this in other areas of my life for over the years. When you're 70, you get to share and experience some situations that give you the wisdom. We don't get the wisdom about shopping for Instacart from 5-star smooth sailing. We could still appreciate our 5 stars, but we're not smooth sailing at 5 stars and not, experiencing those same feelings of the devastation of, 2 4 stars in one day. Why? Because they don't know. It's not a B or a B plus. It is a 0 for the shopper. 100 batches we have to shop to get rid of whatever star that is. And so you could give us a 1 star or a 4 star. It's still the same ratings hell that we're in. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. So if you're a wonderful customer and you tip and you appreciate, and then you leave a little cash something something on the door as well, just know that there's a bunch of people out there that aren't like you. We appreciate the customers that get it, that respond, that have second choices in there with their name to prove it's their choice, not what Instacart wants you to buy. Customer choice is a non-existent fake lie. Thank you, Instacart. So just know that there are some customers that just don't make it easy for us. But if you're a customer that appreciates and is grateful and understands and also has to go out in the traffic, maybe they have to go to the fish market. Maybe they want to go to the Brazilian butchery. Maybe they want to go to specialty stores, and we're just getting them the basics. They know they're in the same traffic, the same weather, the same conditions, the same heat, the same, your air conditioner doesn't even work on, 100+ heat index days. All of those sort of things. It's so nice to have customers that just understand us. They never forgot where they came from if they've made it into a well and wealthy place. And even if they didn't, I've always found the working class is much more appreciative of us than those that marry well, inherit well, are well, made it on their own, whatever. So if you're a working class dog like we are doing Instacart, thank you. You get it. And we always love to hear the word spread that, you're appreciated with us as well. It's nice to be appreciated in a reciprocal way. This has been Sarah, Instacart, Pearls of Wisdom, and I'm gonna go at it another day. Why? Because I love what I do, even when I'm crabby and grumpy and ranting and raving. It just lets the stress out. Who needs the buildup of stress? Rest in peace. She died at a young age, right? Well, I will see you here the next time. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all of your feedback. It helps so much. And if you don't read other people's comments, you never know what you can learn. Give them a read. Bye-bye for now.